Hello everyone, so here we are with another tips and tricks video. Like always, they're not gonna be in any particular order, not ordered by importance or anything like that. And again, it's gonna be a mixed bag of simple and advanced tricks. Some are about the recent update, recent features, and some are brought more common tips. So I hope you find them useful, and let us know if you have some tips and tricks like these we can all use in the future.
Headgear, gloves,
Oh,
shoes. I can make them all.
here's a random crystal. You might wonder what are these vital stones and what to do with them. Well, here's the story. You can see this glorious beast dropping those crystals. When I say dropping, some pun intended, because players commonly call these as whale poop and they solidify once they hit the ground. But don't go chasing after them because they don't exactly drop on where they seem to drop. It's pretty random. So if you see one, feel free to mine it and use it on the whale itself again in exchange for some steroids. Speaking of random, here is a treasure goblin if you haven't seen one yet. So it spawns in random spots and it gives a good amount of food. So let's kill it, what you get. Come here, don't run away. I think their locations are pretty random. I tried to look them up, but didn't find any info on any codex sites or anything. So you can't count yourself lucky if you see one. Okay, some loot, some blues, greens, really good. I remember killing one in Draco, I think. It gave also purples. But yeah, it's a rare sight. So another new feature is the material transmutation. So I'm gonna give you two tips. One is really important and it applies to both equipments and runes. So the first tip is simple. You just throw whatever item you have here. But if you don't have enough items to convert to level up to level 3 or level 4, you can always just throw one item, and if you haven't seen this button, you missed it, just click on convert points, so it's saved for later usage. And the important tip is don't overshoot, so pay attention to this bar always. Let's say you put some items, this and that. For example's sake, I'm just gonna put like these. So as you can see, I'm almost at max level. We went up to 2000. It's gonna max at 2500. So let's say I put this one. So it shows up here plus 600. It shows, I mean, it seems like it's a bonus. I think it's just bad UI. It seems like a bonus, but this is actually gonna be lost. So it's an overshoot. As you can see, let's actually try it out. So you are not getting these 600 points back. Try accessory. See what we get. Yeah, I kept that animation on purpose. Wanted you to see it and suffer like I did. Anyway, so we got our item, but we are at 0 points. So those are 600 points we are not getting back. So try not to overshoot in both equipment and runes. So the biggest feature with the latest update is the runes. And nobody knows exactly how to upgrade them or make the best use of them. But if I have to give my 2 cents on the matter, I would suggest you don't get hung up on the small bonuses. Just instead focus on completing every single one of them on your accessories and your weapons. Just don't sweat the small stuff, like pick your synergy, for example, for your necklace. pick your synergy from here, which suits you best. For example, max health, dexterity. You see the colors. Just put the colors in the correct order, and then put whatever rune you have on them, and you can replace them in time when you get better runes. But just make sure you have equipped all 3 of your runes in order for your every item. Don't get hang up on the 0.4 heal, 0.2 attack, whatever. Those are really small stats, but this is the biggest stat you can get. So go ahead and complete all of them with whatever runes. Think. Let's start. Okay, let's talk purification stone. So if you're a juicy target like me, a glass cannon DPS, you will most likely get targeted and focused by tanks and great swords alike, so you will get CC'd a lot. So make sure you get this purification stone as soon as possible. In my previous video, I explained how to get it, and they've been talking about buffing this stone, but instead they went with another way and they offered an upgrade on it. So you can get one of these. Each one offers a different effect after using. So for example, this one recovers 30% of your missing health. This one is hit chance. This is offensive one. This one is stamina. This is seems pretty useless if you ask me. But I'm gonna go with this one. The debuff duration is reduced by 75% because you get CC chained a lot. So when you remove one of these CCs, you wanna stay alive in most scenarios. So if you're missing any abyssal aggregate, don't worry, you can always buy them at the auction house for about 7 lucents. Result aggregate. How many were missing? You're missing 6, right? 0.1 Yeah, we can buy 3 and 3. Alright. Now we have all the items, so we can simply go to the senior function over here and get our upgrade. Upgraded purification stone. So they require different ores, but I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, don't forget and make sure you upgrade your purification stone. As you know, there are a lot of codex and helper websites out there, but I think this one has the best item finder. For example, I use Questlog for the rain tracker, but for finding items, I use this one, tldb.info. I'll post a link in the description. And for example, I bookmarked this one when I was searching for a necklace that gives me max health and skill damage boost. So these were the traits I was looking for. And let's go off on a real example. Let's say I'm missing strength and perception to get the thresholds, heavy attack and the hit chance. So I need some items with perception and strength, right? So these are the items I can get, and you can apply this to other scenarios. This is really easy to use. You can quickly remove all filters or add some traits. So really easy to use. Switch between items and traits and stats. The in-game filter really sucks. It doesn't even let you do multiple filters, but this is great. I mean, I think this is the best one yet. In my previous videos, I mentioned a lot of map usage tips, but I forgot to mention this one. So you're out and about searching for some globes, but you can see it on the map, minimap. You go to the globe, and you're on top of it, but it doesn't seem to be here. So you can see this little, really tiny arrow pointing upwards. So it means it's not the same level as you, so it's upside. So you look up and there it is. So this goes for the same way pointing down. There's and it goes for every other asset, not just the globes. So you can see this tree is also a higher level than me. and this globe is pointing down. It's really hard to see because they are the same color as the terrain, which doesn't make any sense, but it's really easy to miss. So yeah. So this is a very good example. You can see these globes, one pointing down and one thing pointing up. And you can see here, one is literally down here and the other one is up there. So yeah. Speaking of globes, when you hover your mystic keys, it gives you a very detailed explanation. So as you know, the mystic keys expire after 7 days. And you hover it, it tells you exactly when they're gonna expire. I mean, not exactly, but it says 3 of my mystic keys will expire in 3 days, and the earliest one is in 2 days. So yeah, make sure to spend your mystic keys before they expire. So you want to quickly complete your daily missions and get them out of the way. The only one that might take some time is try and actually drop a dissolvable item. So if you don't have throwaway items, greens and blues in your inventory, don't worry, you can simply purchase a gray item like this and dissolve that one. So, and your mission is complete. I gave a lot of tips before on how to identify your items, but I forgot to mention this one.
A light unto
So
the
if an
world.
item can be added to the lithograph book, it has this small paper icon on top left if you never paid attention. So you don't have to actually go to here to the mini icons. You can simply see them like this at one glance. So you can quickly add them to the lithograph book by clicking this and add. Simple as that. Also, don't forget that there are basic items that needs to be put in the lithograph book as well, like you can see here, the paper. You can simply click on them, purchase, and add them to your lithograph book. You get them complete. Here is a satisfying lithograph book waterfall for you guys to encourage you to complete your lithograph books. So if you've been hit by a ship before, you might already know this, but if you're after only fishing sacks farming, only small and medium fish produce and give you fishing sacks, the big fish don't. So I mentioned this in my fishing video, but never mentioned it in my tips and tricks video, so I just want to tell you that one. And now that we know we have our fishing codex, you definitely know which fish are big, which are small. That's here. So yeah, you can fish accordingly. Here is another setting I would recommend you replace from the defaults, which is use skills. This is really good when you are casually farming. So it queues up the next skill, even if it's not available. It uses it as soon as it's available, but it might lead to some unwanted situations. For example, let's see. I'm gonna put this on cooldown. So we have 20 seconds, right? So I totally forgot about it, or I clicked it multiple times, tried to use it, etc. So see, still pending it says. So now it's gonna dash as soon as it's available. So this might lead to some unwanted situations, like you are going on your way and suddenly, hop, I didn't even press anything and it jumped. So this could be an enemy or an undesirable situation. So make sure you really want this option enabled. Personally, I'm gonna turn it off. Actually, I'm not gonna turn it off, but beware and use it really with caution. It really is a double-edged sword. So when selling items, is what we usually do, right? We check the lowest price and go for that one. because we want to sell it fast. But always make sure you check the average price. If there is a really big difference, make sure it's not some guy putting it for very cheap. And because the average price may go down due to market fluctuations, or in time they go down. But if the difference is big, always make sure it's not some guy undercutting people deeply and making you lose on some lucent. So skill damage boost. Yeah, this is like a normal price, 220. But I think we can still go for this range or even for higher than that, all the way up to 240. Yeah, cutting down a few lucents is fine, but sometimes some guy will come up and put this extract for like 180. So don't fall for that. Always make sure you check the average price, not just the lowest price. And if you doubt, do what I did, go to the auction house and see for yourself. Also, my personal advice, don't go under, guys. Like in this example, go for 220. That's the worst case scenario. Don't go about selling it for 200 just because you want to sell it fast, because it really screws the whole market. And if you keep undercutting that deep, 10, 20, 10, 20, then the item's price goes down so quick you won't even notice it. So, I mean, it's fine to, like I said, it's fine to put, put it up for a few lucents under, but don't go too deep, guys. It's not worth it. Yeah, you see, this is fairly a new item. So it's not due to item accumulation or market fluctuation. And even if it's a new item, some guy sold it for 150, right? Even though its average price is 300 and it's like at 250 right now, some guy went out and sold it for 150. So don't do that. Don't fall for that. Always pick the price and don't undercut each other. So base damage is OP in this game, right? Almost every skill scales with base damage and you want to maximize it. But you gotta reach some certain thresholds. But after you do that, make sure you give your remaining points to the stat that gives you the most base damage. Like for staff, let's add 10 points to each of these and see the difference. It's 350. Now let's see, 362 at 10, 370, 370 again, as good as Dex, 30, and 361. So it goes for staff users, it goes Wisdom, Dex, Strength, and lastly Perception. The base multipliers, I think this is like 2.0, this is like 1.9 or something, so this is 1.1, and this is 1, something like that. But of course it changes depending on the type of weapon you use. So if you're using a melee weapon, right, like Greatsword, this will give you more base damage. Strength will give you more base damage. But of course, this is ignoring all the other factors like the critical hit chance here the dexterity gives you and other stuff like that. But your if your point is just boosting your base damage, raw damage, pay attention to that one. And after you reach the thresholds you want, for example, 30 strength, 50 dex, and let's say 60 perception, I could go and also try not to use plus 2s and never obviously use plus 4. Maybe I can go a little bit, but don't do that. Don't use plus 2s. And after I reach my thresholds, I can give the rest of it to wisdom to boost my base damage. So this is where Aridu stuff is overlooked. So it's really useful for boosting your base damage for PvE. Of course, in PvP you will need the other stuff like the perception, hit chance or crit chances. But yeah, keep that in mind. Thank you for watching. I hope you found something useful. And like always, have fun and good luck out there, guys. So I just wanted to add some whale facts as bonus footage. And as you can see in the video, when the game came out, it was very well received, as you can see from the crowd. And in this video, you will see that I glitch and fall from the whale. But what do we do when we fall? We just get back up, and you will see an unusual jumping point for the whale. I'll give you some more info. The whale has three routes, and you can uh, most comfortably jump from Starlight Observatory. So your best bet is Starlight Observatory. Uh, you can always rely on that point, but you can uh, find some high ground and jump from unusual points as well. So the video is done, and thank you for watching. If you have watched this far, I just want to go on a little freestyle rant for a minute or so, if you don't mind, because I was searching for some footage and watching the old clips of this whale, the first month of the game. The beginning made me feel reminiscent of the old days. I'm I'm talking like it's been 2 years, but it's been only 2 months, and I'm also a little tired and exhausted from playing. I think I need a break, but that's not the point. I don't like the direction where the game is going. I really like this game. The graphics is beautiful. The whale is beautiful. The overall feeling, every area is connected to each other. Some details that we have never seen in other MMOs, and it really gave me the arcade vibes. So I thought this could be my go-to MMO, but the overall reception went down really bad, really fast. All started with this tier two dungeon update. I think the ruin thing may pick it up a little, but from what I see, we lost more than half the player base. I'm not sure about the numbers, but you can see how crowded it was on that whale. That people waited even days to jump off that whale and get the first waypoint, the Sordom Island waypoint. It was a really important milestone for many reasons. Maybe we consumed the content too fast. I don't know. Maybe they have trouble coming up with new content, but Korea is already ahead of us, and I think they're doing things more properly there, not doing random stuff like putting word boss items into dungeons for some reason and getting bringing in more, even more grindy stuff. I don't know. I'm not making this comments to bring you down about the game or badmouth it. I really want the game to be good, but right now it feels a lot like work, too grindy. uh, I mean, you can say that just don't do them then, but if you don't, you feel left behind. And when you feel that way, you are 5 times, 10 times more likely to quit, which is like most of my friends already quit and they seem like they're not coming back. I don't know. I hope we'll see hundreds and hundreds of people in the same region again. Uh, I don't know, man. I want to keep playing this game for months, maybe years to come, but it doesn't seem like things are going great at the moment. I hope they can pick it up and hope to see you guys in game. Thank you very much. And sorry about this rant, but I felt like I had to after watching all this footage. And sorry for uh, sounding tired, but it's not just about the game. I had some sleep troubles, but anyway, I'm gonna stop right here. Uh, take care, everyone. See you and good luck.